111. I don't remember what page it was. I'm sorry. Or 1-11. What page are you on? 129. So have your books open on page 129, please. And let's review this. Make sure we feel comfortable with it. Let me dim the light so we have a nice. All right. So a couple people had asked, I'm not quite sure how to do this problem. So we have two different high schools, want to compare their AP scores in English Lit. And then the scores are shown at Washington and Lincoln High. All right. So, do I see the whole problem? Oh, yeah, this is from the homework. All right. So we want to know how many students total took the test at Washington and Lincoln. We want to calculate the median of both schools, calculate the mean of both schools. Which school had the higher mean? Our AP score is nominal, ordinal, or scale level. Ooh, that was from the lecture. Explain why it's not appropriate to use the mean to describe the AP scores at each school. And is the range an effective way to compare consistency between the two schools? Explain that. All right. So, a few things I'm going to do first. I'm going to use Desmos to put each of their scores in. And there's my emails, just in case you guys wanted to see that.
What's the password?
So I'm going to Desmos. All right. So watch what I'm doing, because some of you made this way harder than it probably should have been. All right, ready? I'm going to make a table for this one. And I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to make a table for this one. Okay. Notice the table on the top one is X1. The table on the bottom one is X2. Agree?
Yes.
So I'm going to take all the scores and plug them in. All right, so we have, so let's think how we're going to do this. All right, we had 6 students that scored. I'm going to go up here to X1. We have 6 students that scored a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we have, is that, how much? 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we have 12 threes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we have 8 twos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 8, right?
Yeah.
And then how many ones? Is that 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the scores put in. So X1 is for Washington. X2, we're going to plug in for Lincoln. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 5s. I have 14 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 11 threes, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Whoop. How many twos? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 ones. All right. So, a few things I can do. I can do this. I can make a box plot of X1. And then I can also do a box plot of X2. So we can see the two on top of each other. Okay. So that seems relatively as a visual. But then if we take a look, we can do this. We can say mean X1, mean X2. Okay, so how many students took the test at each school? Well, for problem number one, you just have to add them up. 20, 30, I'm thinking 39 that took Washington. You agree? So 6 plus 10, 16, 16, 28, 36, 39. And then over here, so write 39 down, keep that in mind, because I'm going to forget. And then I have 18, 29, 34, 37. So what did I say? 39, 37. So that's what the schools did. So you guys keep that in mind. Find the median of each. So did they ask us to find the mean? Oh, okay. So I answered number 3. That's the answer to number 3. So Washington has a 3.20 or 3.21 average, and Lincoln has a 3.28 average. And then if we take a look at the median score, go median of X1, median of X2. So they have the exact same median, which our picture shows. We have the solid line right there in the middle of the two. Okay, so the median of both is 3 and 3. So it looks like Lincoln has a higher mean. Okay. And then are the AP scores nominal, ordinal, or scale? Uh-oh. Shoot. SAT scores and ACT scores are in the same category. What did we say they were?
Ordinal.
How much?
Ordinal.
Ordinal. Let's go back and just make sure we're saying it right. Okay. So it says for ordinal level data, place an outcome in a sequence but have no measurement value beyond that. For example, your ACT score is an ordinal level. A student who obtains a 23 on the ACT knows they performed higher than a student who scores a 20, but each score offers no specific measurement of how the student performed. Ordinal level data include ACT scores, SAT scores, military rank, the position, finish of a race, and IQ. So would you think AP scores fall into that category?
Probably.
Yeah. If you get a 3 or a 4 on the AP exam, you're getting college credit, which basically we'll talk about how they score AP in a bit. Okay. Well, actually, I can talk about it now. AP scores are done this way. Remember how we talked standard deviation? Remember that? We said the average. The standard deviation is the average distance away from the mean, which encompasses 68% of the population. So just so you know this, let's see. Who am I missing? I got, is Caden here?
Yes.
Is Elijah here? Oh, I got you. Oh, 3 and back. Never mind. I see. I understand how it works now. Okay, so how they score an AP is this. They do something called they renorm it each time. So you have a normal curve. I know we've only talked about this a little bit. This is the mean. You know it's a normal curve because the mean and median are the same. So if you are 1 standard deviation within the mean, these people in here score a 3. So that's a whole range of scores. And then if you go a 2nd standard deviation this way, this is where your 4s exist. And if you're to the right of that, that's your 5. If you go -2, this is where your 2s exist. And if you go to the left of that, that's where your 1s exist. Who's calling? Sturps Mortuary, you stab him, we slap him. Got a morgue. Who do you got? You got a body for us? Where's your body at? No, this is a morgue. Do you have a body to pick up? Are you at a murder scene? This is the morgue. Do you have a body for us to pick up? We're really busy. We have a whole bunch of stiffs laying on slabs. Who do you have to talk to? Hello? I'm looking. Where's the body? Which crime scene are you at? Are you at 7th and Colfax? Do you know? You listen to me. No. You listen to me. You're calling a morgue. This is the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Department at the morgue. Who are you calling?
And I'm not a department. I'm not listening to you. We're busy. I am in the middle of an autopsy. Who do you have for me to pick up? Whose body do you have to pick up? Which crime scene are you at? You at 7th and Colfax? I don't know who Mr. Fang. No, I don't have a dead body here named Mr. Fang. No, you're calling me. This is the morgue. Who do you need me to come pick up? Do you have a dead body? Are you at a crime scene? You need to listen to my answers. This is the morgue. This is the morgue. This is the Arapahoe County morgue. This is the Arapahoe County coroner. Who is it? Okay, have a nice day. You guys can use that anytime.
The story kept changing.
Every time.
Is that a scam?
Oh, yeah. It's like, no, this isn't the morgue. No, you called the morgue.
Call the morgue.
Hey, that's on my recording too, so hey, guys.
I am submitting that in the stirrup of the day. Wait, stirrup. Wait, you got it recording or what?
Yeah, this was recorded, so everyone heard my side of the conversation.
Wait, did you hear him?
Yeah.
Can you make it public, please?
Oh, I didn't record that. I just you can hear me.
I just put it on speaker. I wanted to hear this one. I can hear some of what he was saying, but I can hear.
All right, so sorry about that, but Syrup has to have his own fun.
No, you're totally right.
All right, so if you scored in an AP exam, if you fell within one standard deviation of the average, we don't know what your score is, but you got a 3. So you might have fallen down this way and still earned a 3. You might have fallen this way and just earned a 3. A 4, you're falling in between this region of standard deviations and so on and so forth. That's how AP works, okay? So, so we said that the AP was what? Ordinal? No? Ordinal. Okay. Explain why it's not appropriate to use the mean to describe the AP scores at each school. Well, it's ordinal data. We don't know an actual placement. We don't know that everyone scored a 67% average score or an 87% average score. We don't know that. Okay? Is the range an effective way to compare this? The range is the exact same between the two. The range is 5 minus 1, which is 4. 5 minus 1, which is 4. Why would you say, hey, this we have a range of 4 scores from 5 to 1? That doesn't make sense. So that's what we did there.
Mr. Sterling,
Yeah.
how often do you use the morgue?
How much do I what?
Do you use the morgue?
Oh, it's every time someone calls it, I don't know. Stir up mortuary, you stab and we slap them. I mean, every time, all day long. I mean, during the summer, I'm horrible. I'll be out on a bike ride, fun ride, stir up mortuary, stab and slap them. Who?
Stab and slap them. Who?
Huh? I was acting like I was busy. I was trying to get the guy to realize that his hands deep in his dead body.
Dude, I'm holding a lung in my hands. Dude, I'm inside it now.
Could be me. All right. A runner keeps track of her performance through a track season in a given race. So race 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 races. It's first and grand. They're all the same thing. They got 3rd, 2nd, 5th, 2nd. And then the times are given for each of the races. So find the average position finish in this race. Okay, so they got 3rd, 2nd, 5th, and 2nd. Okay, so 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 5 is 10, plus 2 is 12. 12 divided by 4 races, they average 3rd place. Find the average time it takes to compete in the races. Well, I gotta use a calculator for that. All right, so go back to Desmos. Come down here. Let's see. 36.5 plus 37.1 plus Is that 37.5 again? Or
37 point, no, the first one was 30, yeah.
36.5, 37.1, 37.5, 26.2. So they got that. So 137.3 divided by the 4 races. So they average 34.325 for their race times. Which measure is invalid, and explain why? The position that they finished. Okay, the position they finished the race. First, second, or let's see, they have second, fifth, and third place. The position they finished is not a valid measure because it doesn't really tell us anything. Basically, the time tells us something. And you know, a lot of times when you're running, a lot of times if you're running a race, you're trying to beat your last time. Okay? Yes, you're trying to get first place, but you also have your personal best to go after. Okay? A Likert scale question is indicated below. Do you believe that the state government funding for wildlife protection should be increased? So you strongly agree, you agree, neutral, you don't care, disagree, or you strongly disagree. The results are as follow. 6 strongly agree, 5 agree, 2 are neutral, 3 disagree, and 2 strongly agree. Explain why this is ordinal data. It's ordinal because we're using a Likert scale. There's not really a numeric value other than the number of agrees and disagrees that are there. Let's assume that a clever statistician converts all the categories into scores to find the average. So strongly agree, that's 5. Agree is 4, neutral is 3, disagree is 2, strongly disagree gets 1. Under what scenario would the average response be? Well, let's see. Strongly agrees is 5 points, so that's 30 points. So let's do this. So this is times 5, so that's 30. This is times 4, so that's 20. This is times 3, so that's 6. That's 20. Times 2, that's a 6. Times 1, that's a 2. So 46, 52, 54. 54 divided by 5 categories. What's 54 divided by 5? Some decimals. Good. Oh, wait. I take that back. 54 divided by the total number. Let's say 6, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 54 divided by 18. Anyone got a calculator real quick? 3.5?
No, it should be
3?
4 by 18, yeah.
It's 3 exactly? 3. Sorry. Okay. That's okay. I make mistakes all the time. So what would this average response be? This basically means that the average people don't really care. If you met a number of value, they don't care if you should fund the wildlife protection. Okay, is this a reasonable method for finding the mean? I guess it could, but it also doesn't. Like, one, there's not a whole lot of people that they survey here on this Likert scale. I mean, this is like the guy standing out in front of King Soopers. Point to the one that you agree with this question. And he's just calculating the people going into King Soopers over there. Most people don't waste my time. I want to go to the store. I want to get my Diet Dr. Pepper and call it good. Yeah.
Why is it 54?
Oh, I added, the strongly agrees worth 5 points according to this. And then 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, 1 point. So I just multiplied the number of people in each score. And then I added them up.
Yeah.
So 6 times 5 is 30. Oh, is it? Did I add up wrong?
I think it's 64.
Wait, this should be 30, right? It should be 20. 6, 50,
You're the one.
6,
64. You're just off 10.
64?
Yeah.
All right, 64 divided by 3 is what?
Divide by
18. Or, no, divide by 18.
64 divided by 18.
Is that
3.5, yeah, that's right.
Oh, there's your 3.5.
So you're right before. I just can't add it. So again, I want to tell you where this math gets perverted. Okay? Remember, you guys all have a wealth of knowledge at your fingertips. Agree? So if you were writing an article, you're like, hey, more than half the people feel that the funding should take place, so let's make this a law. You're like, whoa, time out. No. This is where it gets perverted because this might go, like the person who's collecting the data really wants, the wildlife stuff protected. And even though they're going to, tax you an extra $50 a month every month on where you live, yeah, I mean, is the environment important? Yeah, but oh my gosh, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So is it reasonable method for finding the mean? It is, but it isn't. I mean, we're going off of a lighter scale, so it's really not a good way to do statistics. Okay? I'm done with that. Let's go to 1-12. I don't know what page that is for you, but it is. How much?
27.
27? All right, page 27. Summarizing and comparing distribution. It says ultimately the entire point of statistics and displaying data is to summarize and draw conclusions. Statistics are not usually calculated for their own sake. They are calculated as evidence for a larger argument. Data sets should be studied for 4 basic features. Okay? So you want to see the measures of center. Okay? You want to see if it's central. You want to see if your mean and median are being used. Okay? If they say, hey, this is a normal distribution in writing, that's fine. But you better be able to back it up saying, yes, my mean and median are the same. Okay? That's a big thing. So measure of center is a shame. And so we're looking, are there outliers? What did they do with the outliers? Did they decide we're not going to use the outliers any longer? Or did they decide to include the outliers? What were the outliers? What might have happened if we investigate the outliers? Did we accidentally reverse some numbers? Was there something just off the charts? Okay. Measure of spread, provide a typical distance from the mean. Okay. So you can do the mean, basically finding the standard deviation. The IQR goes along with the median. So the median, if you talk about the IQR, you're talking about your middle 50% of your data. If you're talking about one standard deviation, you're talking about roughly 68% of your center data. So the standard deviation is further spread out. Shape, okay, give a loose description based on your shape. Is it skew right? Is it skew left? Does it create normal? Does it have bimodal? Do you have 2 humps in there? Okay, there's all kinds of things in that. Outliers are important to note because they can undetermine that statistics calculate and they use, and always important to note because they can underdetermine the statistics we calculate and their use as statistical evidence. So the little thing with balls down there, or shiny little objects, you look grayscale shiny. Okay, that appears that it could be a somewhat normal distribution, but take a look at this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is this a good histogram? No. It has 13 things in there. And we want it to be between 5 and 10. Okay? So be cautious on how you're labeling or showing your data, because that's important to look at. So it's a good summary of this data might say that the temperature have a median of approximately 72. So they think the median is here. Okay, that means half the scores are above and below that. Okay? It has a range of 14 because they went 81 minus 67 to get 14. It appears that it is skew right with no outliers present. Okay, well, I don't know. Did we test that this was that? We didn't use our median and our IQR and Q1 and Q3 and things like that. So 81 might be an outlier. They claim it's not present, but is it or is it not? I don't know.
Notice that the description features the context of the question, temperatures. Also notice that the median and IQR were chosen because of the skewness of the data set. Ooh, it appears to be skew right, so they're reverting to the mean or the median. Is there statistical evidence in this display that the next temperature would be less than 90 degrees? Well, our entire data set is below 90, so yes, it is very likely in this case that we would be below 90. Is there statistical evidence in this display that your next temperature recorded will likely be in the 70s? Well, the 70s have a big chunk of the center spread, but I have things off to the side. So there's not a guarantee. I mean, we could say, well, perhaps it looks like we have 9 scores that happen to be outside of it, whether it's above or below. Okay. Yes, more than half the data values are in the 70s. How strong is the evidence for these statements? This is open for debate. So again, because my data set is outside of it, that is a big thing to be concerned about. All right. And then we talk about, I can get on the screen, comparing different distributions, also useful. Okay, so that's a 2-section stem plot. So Monday, you have 49, 51, 56, 58, 60, 60, 63, 68, so on and so forth. On Wednesday, there's no scores in the 4 or the 5 range, but you have 62, 63, 69, 72, 76, so on and so forth. The comparison might look something like this. The Wednesday section has a higher median and a lower IQR than Monday section. They're both skewed negative. Okay, I could make an argument for that. So meaning if I were to plot them as histograms, they would both be relatively negative, skewed left. Okay, so is there evidence that the data on Wednesday class is outperforming the Monday class? Yes and no. I mean, if you take a look at the Wednesday class, you have more in the 80s and 90s as a percent. But in the Monday class, you got the 49, the 51, the 56, the 58, the 60, 60, 63, 68. Okay, so, you know, who's doing better? And we'd have to do a little bit more research on that. So the theory, students who register for the Wednesday course will generally learn more and perform better than students in the Monday course. Data used frequently for creating theories, often finding evidence that theories are true. This will be investigated throughout the class. So again, I have this class second and I have this class third period. So things that are kind of weird, second period, you guys do better than third period. But you would think third period would do better because you guys could have told your friends that are in third period, yeah, number 2 is B, number 3 is C.
We're screwing them.
You could be.
Not really.
So the long and the short of it is, there are all kinds of things that, as a statistician, you could look at stuff saying, this should be this way or that way. It doesn't mean it has to be. Okay, so 1-12. So do the front and back of 1-12. What page is that?
131.
113 and 114?
131.
Oh, 131? So take a look at and try page 131 and 132. Is that the right page?
Yes.
All right. So my plan for the rest of this week, we have Wednesday and Thursday as our final days. Yes? So what I'll do is tomorrow, which is Wednesday, we'll go over 131, 132. Tomorrow you're going to have kind of a real life stir-up story. I think you'll like it. Yeah, tomorrow I'll give a real life stirrup story on our shortened period. Thursday we will start the review. We don't have school on Friday. We'll go over the review for Thursday on Monday, do another part of the review on Monday, and then on Tuesday we'll do our test. Deal? I know you were all excited about having a test on Thursday, but I'm sorry, just didn't happen.